Hello, friends from Lexington. Recruiting experts are picking Kentucky for Tyran Stokes, but don't rule out Kansas. The battle isn't over yet, but Stokes has good reasons to land at Kentucky over Kansas. Let's take a closer look. With the college basketball season in full swing, the Kentucky Wildcats continue to closely monitor the 2026 class, looking to secure their first jewel of this recruiting cycle. At the center of attention is Tyran Stokes, a promising guard from Louisville who is projected by many experts as the potential first overall pick in the 2027 NBA draft. The battle for Stokes has quickly become one of the most heated duels in the country, pitting Kentucky against Kansas, two of the most successful and prestigious programs in college basketball. Despite Kansas's presence as a strong competitor, signs point to Kentucky having the upper hand. Renowned analysts, including Jamie Shaw and Joe Tipton of Rivals, Jack Pilgrim of KSR, and Shea Wildeboer of Jayhawk Slant, unanimously pointed out that the Wildcats remain the favorites in the race for Stokes. Tipton, in particular, emphasized that while Kansas is a serious contender and shouldn't be ruled out, Kentucky has solid reasons to secure the young talent's commitment. Stokes is a Kentucky native, familiar with the program and its tradition, and, most importantly, has the opportunity to contribute immediately under Mark Pope's guidance. The local factor isn't just symbolic. Having Stokes on a roster would represent not only an elite reinforcement on the court, but also a strategic triumph in recruiting a historic prospect, something Pope still seeks to achieve with a truly elite victory. The significance of this signing is even greater considering that Kentucky will face Kansas in next season's Champions Classic, a scenario that reinforces the need to retain local talent within the program and prevent them from wearing the jersey of their biggest rival. Furthermore, Kentucky's consistent evaluation of Stokes demonstrates the program's confidence in its ability to attract and develop top athletes. While other young talents, such as Jasper Johnson and Malachi Moreno, represent promising prospects, neither of them ranks among the top 15 recruits in the country, making Stokes a unique opportunity for immediate impact. The player's decision, which remains private and away from the media, keeps expectations high, but all indications suggest that Kentucky has a strong case for cementing this historic achievement. If the Wildcats can secure Tyron Stokes, it will not only be a recruiting victory, but also a testament to the creative work of Mark Pope and his staff, who continue to project Kentucky not only as a winning program, but as a benchmark in American college basketball. We make it. In college basketball, few things are more valuable than a reliable three-point shooter. This type of player not only stretches the opposing defense, but also has the power to change the course of a game in a matter of seconds. For the Kentucky Wildcats, that key player was Kobe Brea in the 2024-25 season, whose 43.5% SEC shooting record was not only impressive, but also essential to many of the team's memorable victories. Now, with Brea on his way to the NBA and donning a Phoenix Suns uniform, the inevitable question arises: who will step into this crucial role? The answer may lie in Trent Noah, a second-year point guard who is slowly proving himself more than capable of fulfilling the enormous expectations left by his predecessor. Since the start of the offseason, the conversation surrounding the Kentucky team has revolved around its ability to produce consistent three-point shots. Although there was some concern about the absence of an elite shooter, as Brea was widely recognized, Coach Mark Pope seems to have found something special in Trent Noah. After closely observing the youngster's performance during practices and training camps, Pope didn't hesitate to praise his skills and highlight his importance to the team. He's a veteran who knows exactly who he is, Pope said after the blue-white game. He just brings this calmness to our team. I think he'll save us from situations like Kobe's last year. This statement carries considerable weight, especially coming from someone like Pope, known for his strategic vision and ability to bring out the maximum potential in his players. And if there's one thing that stands out about Trent Noah, it's precisely his calmness and confidence. During Big Blue Madness, the annual event that marks the start of Kentucky season, Noah not only won the three-point contest, but also demonstrated absolute control over his movements, displaying almost surgical precision. This is nothing new to those who follow the team's daily practices. Noah's teammate Mo Diabate stated categorically, "Trent, he's been one of our best players in practice every day. From the beginning of the summer until now, he's probably one of the guys who's improved the most, especially in his confidence. He's probably been the best shooter in our practices, and he's only going to get better for us this year." Noah's improvement is not only noticeable qualitatively, but also quantitatively. According to data shared by Pope himself, the point guard has been consistently shooting from extreme positions, even attempting 50-foot shots during 5-on-5 drills. Even more impressive is Noah's efficiency in these scenarios, with numbers suggesting 1.76 points per possession in live replays. This statistic puts Noah above many college players and reinforces the idea that he could be a decisive weapon for Kentucky. Perhaps the most notable aspect is the sense of inevitability that permeates every shot Noah makes. Just like with Brea, when he releases the ball toward the basket, there's a natural expectation that it will go in. Pope summed it up well when commenting on Noah's shot. "I think we think he goes in every time, right? I think statistically he almost always does." This confidence isn't just felt by fans or coaches. It also permeates the locker room. Noah has established himself as a central figure in practice, someone teammates can rely on when the going gets tough. His ability to create opportunities, even in chaotic moments, is very reminiscent of Brea's style of play, who often ended tight possessions with pinpoint shots from long range. However, what sets Noah apart from his predecessor is his versatility. Besides being an excellent shooter, he has demonstrated complementary skills, such as accurate assists and good defensive movement, traits that make his contribution even more valuable to the team. Of course, all this hype needs to be tested against real opponents. The real challenge for Noah will be replicating his performance in competitive matches, where the pressure and intensity increase exponentially. However, all signs point to him being ready to take on this challenge. With the unwavering support of Pope and his teammates, as well as a solid technical foundation, Noah has all the tools necessary to become Kentucky's next great perimeter player. In Lexington, Kentucky, Mark Stoops finds himself in a delicate, but not necessarily hopeless position. A recent analysis by Sports Illustrated's Pat Ford highlighted the growing pressure on the veteran coach, especially against a backdrop of consecutive losses in the competitive SEC. However, looking beyond the cold statistics and inevitable criticism, there are important nuances worth noting. Ford's comparison of Stoops' situation to the surface of Venus is undoubtedly dramatic, but also serves as a reminder that the heat of the moment doesn't always reflect long-term reality. Yes, the Wildcats face clear challenges. Their 9 consecutive conference losses and 16 in their last 18 games are eye-popping numbers, especially for a fan base hungry for significant victories. But it's crucial to remember that University of Kentucky football, under Stoops' leadership, has already achieved historic milestones that many considered impossible before his arrival in 2013. In his 13 years at the helm, Stoops transformed a team that was traditionally relegated to the shadows of the SEC into a respectable contender, capable of winning major bowls and even challenging giants like Alabama. Their 69-76 overall record may not be spectacular, but it represents a significant improvement for a team that, for decades, was synonymous with mediocrity in college football. And while fans' patience is understandably short, it's important to recognize that building something lasting in such a ruthless sport takes time and resilience. The central issue here may not just be Kentucky's current performance, but rather the direction of the program as a whole. The offense, a glaring weakness in recent seasons, urgently needs adjustment. It's true that the Wildcats have been near the bottom of the SEC statistically, but that doesn't mean the problem is insoluble. Stoops' trademark defense remains solid and competitive, demonstrating that there are positive elements to be explored. With a strategic investment in the offensive sector, whether through more assertive signings or internal development, there is potential to get back on track. Another relevant point raised by Ford is the financial issue. The approximately $38 million severance package associated with Stoops' potential dismissal is undoubtedly a significant obstacle. However, this same figure also offers an opportunity for reflection. The $34 million savings from John Calipari's voluntary departure to Arkansas shows that calculated decisions can yield unexpected benefits. If Kentucky decides to move forward without Stoops, it will be essential to do so with caution and strategic vision, ensuring that the next step is more successful than any hasty trade could provide. Furthermore, it's worth highlighting that the overtime loss to Texas, mentioned in the analysis, was a clear example of grit and determination. While moral victories don't count towards the final score, they reveal something fundamental. The fighting spirit is still present in the locker room. This is a promising sign for any coach, whether Stoops or his eventual successor. The challenge now is to translate that spirit into consistent results. The decision about Mark Stoops' future must be made based on clear and objective criteria. He has proven on numerous occasions that he is capable of leading Kentucky to previously unimaginable heights. If the program wants to continue growing, it may be necessary to give him and the team another chance to adjust course. But this is a very difficult and delicate matter. Leave your comment.